The first task is designing a problem solution prototype. It will take around 90 minutes. Your task is to design a prototype solution to a problem you face in your professional life. You can use photos, collages of images, 3D models, drawings, or textual descriptions, or any other means you can think of. The first step in completing this task is selecting the form and materials with which to create your prototype. The next step is to create the prototype itself. This could be a visual story, a 3D model, a diagram, or an activity description. The choice is yours. The following points should be kept in mind when creating your prototype solution. 1. What is its name? 2nd. What is its aim and objectives? 3rd. What is its general description? 4th. What are steps necessary to implement it? 5. What materials and resources are needed for implementation? 6th. What potential risks are there in implementing it? 7. What is the backup plan for coping with potential risks? 8. What tasks and responsibilities are needed to implement it? Tip: you might notice that the first 3 questions to consider when creating your prototype are related to what. What is your prototype about? The following 5 questions are about how. How can your problem-solving prototype be implemented? Therefore, you might find it useful to sketch your prototype accordingly. First work on the first 3 questions, then overview the result and proceed with the following 5 questions. I have no doubt that you have succeeded in creating an illustrative and inspiring prototype to solve a professional problem you face. I believe that in creating it, you have experienced both challenges and excitement. However, I am confident that you now have a solid grasp of how to solve your problem. I did it too, and I would like to share my prototype with you. As you may recall, I elaborated on my problem in the previous stages as follows. Over the next 3 months, I would like to improve my ability to adapt learning materials for children with dyslexia. To prototype the solution to this problem, I decided to create a visual story in the form of a collage of pictures. Here is my prototype. Firstly, I came up with a name for my prototype. I named it A 3-Month Journey to Befriend Dyslexia. My aim here was twofold. First, to find ways to adapt learning materials for pupils with dyslexia, and second, to help children find easier ways to learn themselves. I described my solution as 5 things I can implement as a teacher to help pupils with dyslexia learn. I chose the following 5 things to implement. 1. All reading material is prepared using the highly legible Atkinson hyperlegible font. 2. As much visualization as possible in lessons such as pictures, photos, and graphics. 3. Color blocks and shapes to mark different content. 4. Peer-to-peer learning, where classmates explain a task or assignment. 5. Special spaces for individual and peer-to-peer learning. I then identified the following steps necessary to implement my solution. Share my idea with the school community, including school leaders, colleagues, and parents, to gain their support. Arrange special spaces in classrooms and library for individual and peer-to-peer learning. Prepare a list of materials and resources needed to implement 5 things I can do as a teacher to help pupils with dyslexia learn. Coordinate with school leaders. Start applying 5 things I can implement as a teacher to help pupils with dyslexia learn. Correct them as the process goes along. Well done! That concludes Lesson 4. Now, once you have your prototype ready, we can move to Lesson 5.